Hello, everybody. Wonderful to have you all join us today. Hello, Marina.
Hi. Hi, it's so lovely to be here. Thank you.
Of course, everybody, this is the beautiful Marina Peterson, all the way from Denmark. Thank you so much for being here as well, my darling. Thank you for joining us.
It's such a pleasure.
Yay. And I'm so excited because Marina is joining us. She's going to talk a little bit about a little taster, num num num, of her workshop that's going to be running for the Lionsgate Light Language Festival on the 7th of August. And we're going to tell you a little bit about her topic. And the topic of our workshop is Sacred Art and Creative Expression with Light Codes. Have I got that right, Marina?
Yes, yeah.
Good. She won't be on her own running this course, okay? That there will be a number of people holding that space. We have the beautiful Natalie from South Africa. We have Michelle from Australia. We have Judith from Scotland. And we have Yve all the way from the UK as co-host as well. Oh my God, like this is nearly the whole world represented in this art workshop that you're holding together, and all of the different arts as well, because there's lots of different techniques and expressions that are coming together. Before I run away and forget to tell you, this workshop, Sacred Art and Creative Expression with Light Codes, is on from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock BST, that's UK time, that's 2 to 3 European. And I'm going to invite Marina to maybe share a little bit about the journey that she's had, first of all, with art. Would you like to tell us a little bit about, what made you move into spiritual art? Maybe even explain to people a little bit about what you do and who you are as well, because I forgot to do that, excuse me. Marina is a spiritual artist, everybody. I should have said that. And a business creatrix. And she also works in her healing capacity with her creative expressions, painting her inner journeys. She's trained in ancient alchemy and as a moon priestess in those traditions, and in chi aura integration. Forgive me, Marina, for forgetting to say that at the start. Would you like to tell people about your journey with art?
Yes, of course. I would love to. So, well, my journey with art, it's like, I don't know. Actually, I started my journey with art in pain, in deep sorrow and pain, and it was a kind of a traumatic experience that actually cracked me open and initiated me to kind of use my art to heal myself. And I didn't know at the time that that was what I'm doing, but that was what opened me up. I was always been creative and always been drawing and stuff, but I didn't know how to paint. I never tried to paint before, but well, it turned out that I could do that. I've never been trained in any kind of art. It's just something that I'm just able to do. So this this kind of opened me up, and well, when I made my first painting, I just couldn't stop again. It just, I found out that it was such a comforting room creating these artworks, and it kept me in such beautiful energies. Later I realized that it was specific frequencies that I'm bathing around in. And but I didn't know. I was just playing around, making art, and couldn't help doing it. It just flowed out of me, and suddenly I realized during that way that that the art pieces are talking to me, and being started to appear in my vision or in my senses, and messages started to appearing, and I just flew along that way, and my art just evolved, and it's been very interesting to see how it's evolving together with my spiritual journey, because when I look back at my paintings, now that we're doing this workshop, actually when I was looking back, and then I could suddenly see, the involvement that's been in my artwork, that is, showing where I took the big jumps, where I had the big, what do you call them, Dark Night of the Souls. I had several of those, but they opened up a lot of things in me, and kind of changed my artwork and my colors and my expressions, and it's been a beautiful, beautiful journey. And for me, it's like, I call my studio for my time machine, because I have no idea what time is, where and when I am, where, everything is just, I'm just there, and I'm just creating, and I get out, it's like, oh God, it's dark. It's like, what happened there? It's like I'm going into another world.
Yes, art is such a portal into another world for many of us, and sense I get when you're just sharing that. You're so pure and open in your being, and maybe another word for that is in your channel. And I know that we chatted a little before we came on this call, ladies and gents, that one of the things Marina shared that I didn't know was how she also creates with her body, as in her hands, that you paint with your hands. And when you were saying that, it was like that sense of the dance with the paint, the touch, the feel, the smell, and the movement that gets involved. Art is such it's to release, to heal, like you said. Yeah, what is that like for you, physically touchy-feely with the art and the paints and the colors?
I just love the tactile, the feeling and the senses, and actually it feels very sensual to work with my art, and I always hear beautiful music, and I'm just and I don't know, but the energy is kind of flowing through me, and I'm always starting my paintings with just preparing the background, and so I'm just letting my hand choose the colors, and make the movements, and somehow it's it feels for me like sometimes my hands are moving just like if I'm talking like language, and the hands is suddenly starting coding, and so like it feels like the same way. It's not the same kind of movements it's making, but it's like something is flowing through me when I'm working with my art like that. So that's why I really love having the hands in everything that I'm doing, and I also love to bring in all kind of materials, to make it more structured, the art, and put in all kind of natural elements like dried flowers or seaweed, or crushed seashells, or crystals, or handmade paper that I dye and put in, just also because there's something about this, I don't know, I don't know. Yeah. There's something with this working with the materials, and and I feel it is very grounding, actually.
Because everything there has its own vibration as well, like a shell versus a crystal versus a plant like seaweed. Wow, I can just I'm almost feeling like I'm in that world with you as you're talking right now. And that's what your paintings do, because I do, you gifted me actually, and it's in the background there, you gifted me with a beautiful print of Mary Magdalene, and there she is in the background, ladies and gents, if you can see behind Marina, and her gorgeous, I love how she's wearing the rose top. We have Mary Magdalene with the lion, which you shared was another Lionsgate painting, and I didn't realize that. She's over my altar. But when I feel like when I'm in front of your art, when I'm gazing into your art, whoa, I'm just going to take a breath. I feel like I can enter into the energy that is coming through you as that channel, like that frequency. You use the word frequency and codes, and that we're looking to be in the frequency of love.
Mm-hmm.
And above Mary Magdalene, behind your head, is that beautiful piece that came through for this. You know, we've used it in our banner, ladies and gents, for the Lionsgate workshop. Again, this is a teaser. This piece will be discussed in the workshop, and I wanted to ask you a little bit about what can people expect, maybe layout wise, when they're moving into visiting your workshop.
Well, yeah, I will be sharing a bit about the processes behind my paintings, the two Lionsgate paintings there, and also some other of my arts, the artwork that was the first one I actually painted, and tell a bit about the processes, and also about how I'm encoding light frequencies into the art. And then I will share the space with these beautiful other artists from all over the world, and I think that's so wonderful, because they have we all have very different expressions, but it's the same channel that we're working with, and I think that's so beautiful. So we have both digital art and light language art, and we have abstract art too represented in the workshop. And so me and the beautiful artists Michelle and Natalie and Judith, we will share experiences and tell about the way we work with our art and how we process it. So the reason why we're doing it is because we really want other people to understand that spiritual art has so many different faces, and actually that it is not the art piece that is the greatest thing in this. It's actually the process. It's actually working with the frequencies, being in a room of a certain frequencies. And when we tap into our creator sources, that is the human potential capacity. We are creators, and you just have to play and have fun and enjoy with the creating, and then we all end up with different expressions and our totally personal signature. And it's my belief that the world need all of our signatures, that we are a big puzzle, and together we can create much bigger things than we can alone. And we all have, but it's the creative outlet that is important, right?
It is, because we all have unique ways of what that would look like for us. But unless we dabble, or unless we try out, or unless we have the courage to attempt perhaps many different types, we won't know what it's like to use that particular tool. Because I know for me, it's one of the things I talk about in the light language workshops I run, particularly around the art and writing in light language, because a lot of the programmings for me to even host that class was the belief that I'm not an artist. I'm just going to say that's literally, so I had that belief. I'm not an artist, so therefore I will not identify as an artist. And I still kind of don't, but I had to work through therefore I cannot create art. Right? And that was big, because I knew that people still needed to know and see and be shown, and then experiment in what it looks like to be free in this type of an expression, because it's important to use it as a tool. It's important to know that color has a healing capability, that the texture of what you use, like you said, the sensuality aspect, all of it is a way of healing for us. It can be a journey, as well as the creation at the end, whether it's something we like or don't like you said, it's not the point, but it's encoded with something. It's encoded with your essence and perhaps the feeling you've had. And for us to realize it's okay to like it, to not like it, you've still created.
Yeah.
That was a big thing I had to move through. And maybe artists struggle with that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ones, I don't know.
Yeah. And I think it's also important that one of the things we also will be sharing in the workshop is that the visionary channel art can actually have there's multitude of ways that you can access to that. It's not like, well, sometimes I do have a total vision and know, well, I have to paint that. Like some creature standing there staring my eyes until I do it. But other times it's much more subtle. It's much more. There are so many ways that you will have to. You can engage in that. It can be a treasury hunt in so many ways, and we need to know that it's not like all things channel that is just a complete dump download. It's sometimes it comes in different forms, and we will share that and talk about the different ways that we are working with art, hoping that will open up for others to be more maybe curious of trying to work in that space themselves, because what is important is that it's something that you love, because love is the key, and if you can create a joyous place for yourself in that, then you're doing not only yourself but all of humanity a big favor. Then you're in service.
Right, being in service, being in love. Service and love.
Yeah, actually, every time I'm painting a new painting, I always fall in love with that being in my painting. It's like, it really feels like, oh, I love her. It's so strange, but it feels like I'm going through a love story with that being. And sometimes it can be difficult for me to, I can't have all these paintings in my house anyway, but some of them, they want to stay for a while, because then we're working with the frequencies and the energies, and for sure these paintings are working with me as well, and that one over there, I was birthing this painting at the exact same time that you were birthing the idea of creating this festival, and I didn't even know that I was birthing this painting, because I didn't know it was a Lionsgate painting till later in the process. So
I love that, Marina. There's so much wisdom in what you're sharing, and whether you're an artist or not, folks, if you're watching this, go to this workshop, because the knowledge, the wisdom, the how and the why, the journey, and then actually getting to witness, see, and have light language coming through. These women all have wonderful frequencies of language, sounds, and tones, not just in their physical art pieces, that you're going to receive a lot. These are codes, these are portals, these are openings. And as I'm even gazing behind you, I can just feel so much coming through. My heart feels opening. I can feel a lot happening here, by the way. So it's almost like I'm gazing and I'm like, wait a minute, Mary, you need to stay present. You too will be brought into the world that Marina has created, the world Judith has created, the world Natalie has created, the world Michelle has created. And that's where we all have our visions. And art is a space, a key that gives us that and holds that for us, to help us process, and also to help us see a better world, to be a better world, to be in love with the world. I don't know if I'm saying this or giving this justice, but I just wanted to maybe just give it some type of expression with words, because is there anything else I need to share as well, Marina, before we close out? Is there, would you like to bring through a transmission? You let me know. You were running this. What would you like right now?
Well, first, I would like to share that, well, we should really look at art in a much broader way, because art can be everything. If you do something you love, you're creating art. You can make your fucking life an artwork, right? It's like, it's like, yeah. And if your artwork is creating beautiful dishes of food, play with that, so it's what we are doing in this workshop is we are opening up for this playful, artful space where you can be inspired to go out and create your kind of art.
Yes,
it's different than mine and yours and everybody else's, and and we're made for that.
we're made to express.
We are creator souls, all of us. It's just, we're living in a production society that, kind of want to tell us that we're not supposed to just shine and create and use our capacities to the fullest. So many people, just they're just going and holding on themselves instead of shining and showing the world who they are.
That's huge.
Yes.
Get messy.
That was a big, I can see that.
Thank you, Marina. I'm going to be, unfortunately, I won't be on live at your one. I'm in another one, so I'm going to have to catch yours in the replays. But I really, really do want to. And for anybody who can't make that live, the recordings will be available after the event. And each recording is €7 or 22 for everything, £22. So super, super affordable. And to receive the codes to go on the journeys with these women is a very powerful. I know these women. Wow, what a powerhouse this workshop will be. Marina, I want to thank you. I want to thank you again for joining me. I want to thank you for inspiring me. You have inspired me in so many ways, and you are full of dragon energy. One of the things that Marina is like, there is dragons, ahoy.
All over.
She is Dragon's Breath. She is the fire right now. You two are going to be receiving that with that portal of love that's behind her. Thank you for being you, and thank you for trusting your creations to be brought through and joining this workshop. It's on the 7th of August, everybody, Lionsgate Light Language Festival. It is a free event brought to you in absolute service, just pure love. This is every creator is coming to you in pure love, every contributor, be they in the forefront or the background. We are doing this as our service of love. We're going on a journey, and we wanted to bring you on the journey too. Come join us. Thank you, Marina. We love you.
And wait to see you.
Bye, everybody.